Hello there, this is Swiftcat. This video is all about COVID-19 in Apple's WatchOS app development. And this is my fourth episode of WatchOS full course. If you haven't watched my first three episodes, I have provided its link in my video description. Check that right now. Now, in this episode, we will take a look about pandemic COVID-19 app in WatchOS app development. So you may have seen several apps or a status or codes which is provided for a mobile application, but in WatchOS there are very few. So I would like to introduce a small app which is having the COVID-19 status in WatchOS, and what it does exactly is it will be having the overall status of worldwide cases, worldwide deaths recovered, and the countrywide status of each country, representing how many persons have been treated or how many persons have died due to COVID-19. So that's all, and let's dive into it. First of all, I would like to introduce two libraries which I have seen recently regarding the COVID-19 status in WatchOS, which is done completely in Swift UI. So one of them is done by DJ Munish. It's a current status iOS. The main part is this project is done mainly for iOS mobile app and also WatchOS. And I need to mention that this is a fantastic library, and the UI is very attractive, and this guy have done a great job. And this is having a lot of features like worldwide status, the rate, recovery rate, death rate, and it suits the dark mode, all these stuffs. But the problem in this library is there is a file missing. I have raised an issue over here. Hope it may solve as soon as possible. And another library which came across is done by the Mike Shan, and it's about a COVID-19 Swift UI app project which is for WatchOS. In this video, I'm not going to write any single piece of code. Instead, I'll be giving an overview of what it does inside the Xcode for a WatchOS app using Swift to display the simple COVID-19 data. So, as in the simulator, I have shown you that we do have the last updated on the 3rd October, and this is about the total cases in the world, how many deaths recovered, and the countrywide status regarding how many deaths and how many persons have been treated so far or being treated at the moment. So let's start with the Xcode. This is my downloaded code, and let's have a small brief introduction of what it does. So first of all, it's having the app.zip file. It's similar like it is actually mainly for the mobile app, and it's having the scene delegates because here using its Swift UI, otherwise we don't need this piece of codes. And it's having the scene delegate as well for the window, and the content view which is having the hello world stats. That's actually exactly for the mobile app. Let's go to the interface.storyboards and see what's here inside. It's the main part for the WatchOS app development, and here we have is the screen which is like a view controller, and this is for the class. Here is mainly with the hosting controller for this, and this is having the static and dynamic interface which is for the notification part, and this is the main part which is for having the hosting controller to list out the COVID-19 status. So let's head over to the class which is having the hosting controller, and inside that here they have import the Swift UI and COVID-19 UI, which is a main library. We will discuss about this and let's check about this COVID-19 list view. And if we go inside that, and they were having a small view model which is for the stack view, and inside that stack view he had provided the scroll and the view which is having the scroll view with total counts, all these models. And here what they does is it will be checking which it's on WatchOS or iOS. Based on that, it will enter in this bot, and each model which will be having the countries, all these stuffs, and the context view will be having the button to appear, all these stuff, and sorting. And here they have the deaths and alphabetics. Based on the counts, the list will be changing on based on the recovered or the total number of patients. And on up here it will go to the get data, and the get data, what it does is it's having the old cases which is based on the last updated, and here it's having a model which is exactly for the sorting types. It's alphabetic that's recovered, and it's having the such like alphabets that's recovered cases, and here is having the last the updated details, all these stuffs recovered countries, and based on that it's having a compact map which is will be on cancelable countries, and it will list out recently on based on the counts. And that's what it does inside there's a COVID-19 list view model. And if we are taking a look at the extension delegates like an app delegate, what it does actually is nothing but it's having a refresh which is for the HTTP. The backend we are using is just handles the refresh in the background. That's it. And if you're taking a look at the notification controller, it's nothing but it shows a hello world as a notification. And that's all. That's in the Swift UI part for the notification. And if you're taking a look about preview assets, have this having a preview assets which is used for designing this Swift UI, which is having a depth and cross screen. It's pretty easy and simple. And the next part is the Swift UI, which is having the country information row, and inside this row it's having the color part is being decided over here, and inside the view which is having this image assets are all being called in this section which is in the country name based on the statics view. If it's for the deaths, it will having the healthcare skull icon, and if it's for the green, which is means the recovered status, it is a skull which is of cross green image will be shown over here. And the last part is the COVID-19 information row, which is for random part, and the static view, and it's a static which is having the image name and the decimals, which is having the cross green section as well. And inside this list view we have already gone through this, and the view model also we have gone through this already. And let's head over to the summary.count. In the summary.count, which is having the summary of total counts around the world and how many total patients are there around the world. Based on that, there will be a geometric radial with a VStack giving the total counts, and type with a description, the background color as well, and the struct which is having the summary counts view which is total recovered. And this is of a type which is having the total background, depth recovered, and font color, all these things we have given here an extension. It's based on this extension, based on the background and the font, all these things have been mentioned over here, and it will be called in the main UI. And the next part is for the extension. This extension is a small string extension based on the length of the characters and the API characters to adjust according to the random string. So it's nothing very big, it's a small part. And the last section is the extensions which is used for the COVID-19 API. This is the COVID-19 API status foundation with the extension number formatter, and this is a COVID-19 error, which means the API error which being formatted and bad request unknown. This will be giving the status of the API, and this is the main part that it's having the URL which is used for this fetching COVID-19 cases. And these files are based on the Swift package dependencies, and it's having the sessions. This URL have been used to get all the cases, and based on that the status will be given whether it's bad request or internet or whatever problem. And based on that it will be having the request for the country wise cases stats, last updated, all these things we are being fetched over here. And in this entry, and the model which is for the API is written over here, and it's based on the codable, and mainly for the name, case, stats, recover, last updates, comments, all these stuffs. and we have been using this case stats and recovered all these things being fetched, and we are being decoded, and the dates have been formatted over here. And the last case is the virus cases. It's about the cases which reported recently, which is for the title, last updated, and entries, and total is actually nothing but last updated status, which means it's when it's updated in today or today, it will be giving that date is today, 3rd October or 4th October, it's been updated likewise. So that's all. It's overview about this sample project, and this library is very nice, and this is made mainly for the Apple iPhone and WatchOS. If you're going clicking this case, you'll be able to run in the iPhone, and if you're using the WatchKit app, you can run in the app in Watch as well. So let's run and check. This is inside the mobile app, and this is for the watch case, and here we go. It's having the last updated date of today, October 3rd, and it's having the total number of cases for the pandemic, and total number of deaths recovered, and the country-wide status, which is for the persons which have been dead and which have been treated so far. Likewise, that's all, and it's a small introduction about COVID-19 and the APA, all the stuffs. I have provided the library and sources link in my video description. You can check that, and that's all in this video. And in upcoming episode, we will try to make or try to learn new stuff in WatchOS app development. So that's all in this video. Thank you for watching.